Hello, this is Uriah, and this is my autobiographical video. For parental period, conception to birth, from as early as the first trimester, different forms of sensory perception begin to show. Sound, for example, is one, and the stomach has a thin layer that allows the baby to hear muffled noises from the outside world. By the second trimester, the fetus starts to respond to outside things such as changes in light or the mother's touch, which shows us the maturation of the baby's senses, or the fetus's senses. Additionally, taste and smell receptors start to form, enabling the fetus to detect flavors from the amniotic fluid, which can cause the child to have a preference. This progression of sensory development in the womb shows us how complex and intricate the womb really is. An example of this is when I was in my mother's stomach. She said at around 6 or 8 months, she could feel me kicking, and some music soothed me. And for infancy, one of the important developments is grasping. Infant grasping is a developmental milestone that happens within the first few months of life. This behavior shows us the infant's coordination and cognitive abilities. The grip is a reflex that is caused by a neural pathway that almost all humans have. As infants grow, their grasp evolves into a more purposeful action, allowing them to explore their environment and interact with objects. This not only fosters physical dexterity, but also lays the foundation for cognitive understanding as infants learn about shape, texture, and cause and effect relationships with their experiences. Grasping is also a precursor to later and more complex motor skills such as writing and using tools, which makes it an important part of an infant's growth. When I was an infant, one of the things my mom said I did a lot was grabbing. Like she said, when she would breastfeed me, I would always grab her for more milk. This grabbing habit also spread to other things like me grabbing my bottles. For early childhood, during the toddler years, vocabulary development and sentence forming are very crucial milestones for language, because toddlers begin to expand their vocabulary rapidly because of all the new words they learn on a daily basis. They absorb words from their environment, whether through direct instruction, observation, or interaction with others. As the vocabulary grows, toddlers start to combine words to form simple sentences. These sentences may be fragmented or grammatically incorrect, but they represent an important step to effective communication. Through talking or babbling, toddlers start to refine their sentence structure. When I was toddler, my mom told me that my vocabulary and sentence structure was becoming better. She said when I was around 2.5, I said my first word. Then I started to string words together, and then I can make full sentences. For middle childhood, as bodies begin to mature, they experience improvements in coordination, strength, and endurance, allowing them to do more complex movements and techniques. Cognitive abilities such as attention span, decision-making, and problem-solving skills become more refined, which allows them to better understand game strategies, anticipate opponents' moves, and make split decisions on the field or court. With structured games, organized sports, participation, and peer interaction, children in the middle childhood have more chances to practice and refine their athletic abilities, which helps form a sense of competence and confidence in their sport play. The positive reinforcement and encouragement from coaches, parents, and peers play a crucial role in motivating children to improve and excel in different sports. From the ages of 6 to 10, I was trying out all types of sports. The sport I was the best was in football. I became better at football because of my big size, and I became pretty good center and a D lineman. I was able to take the skills from my rugby and apply them to football. Oh shit. Wait, my bad. Lol. Adolescence. This is from 12 to 18. Adolescence is probably the most important stage. It's where people start to have a lot of self-discovery, shaping their identities through different interests. It's a time of exploration and experimentation as young minds start to do various activities, hobbies, and passions. For my adolescence, the thing that flourished the most was my self-identity, because I found out what I really liked. And one example of this is me playing Magic the Gathering, because through Magic the Gathering, I was able to form new connections with others. And in early adulthood, one important stage of life is refining social skills with others. One of the most important and for an example of this is my mother learned to compromise with my father in early adulthood because of her relationship and having a child. For middle adulthood, one of the cognitive abilities is mastering skills. And when my mother she reached that age, she started to master her skills in her accounting job, so she started to become better at it and started to move up because of it. And for late adulthood, it is one of the most traits that are associated with it is reflectiveness in your life and in everything. And an example of this is my grandfather. As he's become older, he has reflected on what he wants to do with the rest of his life. In the beginning, he wanted to go back to his homeland of Fiji, but then as he grew older and reflected on it, he saw that his new life was here and that he can't leave his new life for his old life. And that is my autobiographical video. Thank you guys.